Hi everyone, I'm Andrew and I live in Manchester. Sometimes when I'm walking around town, I'll notice a big queue outside a shop. There's a specific place near me called Clints where there's always a queue of people outside. And the other day I was thinking, well, what exactly is it that draws all of those people to that shop? Um, I also, on my walks around town, I notice a lot of people wearing Manchester-based brands. Adenola, Represent, these are all clothing companies that have come out of Manchester. So using that information, I was like, well, is it just a Manchester thing? So I wanted to look into streetwear and see whether there was a concentration of companies in Manchester doing that. Naturally, the first thing I did was check if there was a SIC code for streetwear. There's not. So then I realised I have to build a machine learning powered list on the Data Cities platform to find my answer. So I'm going to show you quickly where I started. Clints Footwear is the shop near me, where I always see people outside. And using this as an example, alongside 3 or 4 other companies, I started building a training set of streetwear brands. I then removed bad examples, so just your bog standard shops. Those were added as negative examples. Those are not doing streetwear. And after about 30 minutes of iterating on the list, I had basically had a list of streetwear shops across the UK. And that's what this looks like. If you go on Google and put in UK streetwear brands, you might get a list of maybe 15 or 20 brands. And all of those are here, but there's also many that wouldn't have come up in Google, or it would have taken a lot of time to find them. So within about 30 to 45 minutes, basically, I've got the answer to my question of how many companies there are, but also where they're based and where the kind of hotspots are. So if I look by city, you can see London. London has the most streetwear companies, but that's not a surprise. London is a big place, and there's a lot of companies there. But if you start to look at, how if you take that into account, and look at the concentration of streetwear brands, I'd say in Manchester, Bristol, Sheffield, there's a bigger proportion of streetwear brands there than London. I think one of the surprising things for me, and also for Paul Swinney, was Sunderland's role to play in streetwear brands. They're home to a company called End Clothing, which is quite big in the scene, and they were started in Sunderland. They're still primarily based there, but they've got shops in London, Milan, Manchester, so all over. This is just a quick summary of how you can take a question you wouldn't have been able to answer through SIC, spend 30 to 45 minutes on the platform and get an answer. Thank you for watching.